For this project, we're going to make clay shakers. The first thing we're going to do is make the body/head. It's all one piece. We're going to make 2 pinch pots with 2 pieces of clay. Feel them in each of your hands to make sure they're about the same size. If one is too big, take a little piece of clay off and save it for later. You can use it to make details. Start by making your pinch pot into a ball. Your shape of clay can be kind of rough, so use your hands to help form it into a better ball, and then use the palms of your hands to roll it into a smooth ball so that there's little to no cracks in the clay. Once you roll out the clay well enough, find a spot that might have a crack in it, and that's where you're going to put your thumb. Keep your thumb nice and straight as you push it in, not all the way through, about halfway through, and then start pinching and turning with your fingers and your thumb. Once you get all the way around, put 2 thumbs in and pinch and turn and pinch and turn. Make sure you feel the bottom of your pinch pot. Make sure it's not too thick. Make sure you feel the sides. All the walls of your bowl or pinch pot should be even. It shouldn't be thick in some spots and thin in other spots. It should be an even, thin wall around your pinch pot. Make the other one the same way. Form it into a ball. Roll it into a smoother ball. When you're done rolling it, find a spot that has a little imperfection on it, and that's where you can put your thumb, and it will get rid of that little crack that you have in your clay. Once you put your thumb in it, you're going to pinch and turn your fingers around in a circle. When you have enough room to put 2 thumbs in, put both thumbs in and pinch and turn again, feeling the bottom to make sure it's not too thick. Try and make each pinch pot similar. That way they're about the same size and shape. Try putting them together to see if they fit well. Now it's time to make the little rattles inside. You're going to split the clay up into little pieces and roll the clay into little spheres. Those are going to be what makes the sound inside of your shaker. We don't want them to stick to the insides of the walls of your pinch pots, so we're going to wrap each one of them in a little bit of paper towel. We want to fill about half the shaker up with these little spheres. So keep going until you get about until you get one side filled. Now we're going to attach the 2 pinch pots together. In order to attach 2 pieces of clay, there's some rules that you have to follow. You have to scratch the 2 areas that are going to be touching. You have to apply slip, which is clay and water. You have to smear it and smooth it out. So here, I'm starting off by scratching the 2 surfaces that are going to be touching, which is the brim or the edge of each pinch pot. Make sure you do little cat scratches and rough it up. Kind of make it look like Velcro. Here's the second S. Out of the 4 S's, after scratching, I am applying slip. Like I said, slip is just clay and water mixed together. If your teacher doesn't have slip, you can also use just plain water. The water will turn the clay into slip. But here I have slip and I'm applying plenty of it. This is like a glue for clay. So you want to make sure you put it on both sets of scratches. Here's where we smear the 2 pieces together. And then the last step is to smooth. We want to get rid of that seam where the 2 pinch pots meet, so you're going to smooth them together. Before I smoothed mine together, I didn't like the egg shape that mine was in, so I kind of used the palm of my hand to make it more of a circle, and I patted the top and the bottom to make it less of an egg or oval shape. Here's where I smooth the seam away. You have to push the clay down. on top of the other side. Wipe the extra in the slip container. Remember to completely erase the seam when you are smearing the clay. You might have to go over it a couple of times. This is a process. It's not something that's done very quickly. Once you get the right shape of your body and head, it's time to start adding the details. You'll need extra clay for that. When it's time to add the details, you'll have to get a rough piece of clay and shape all the details that you need. I added the snout first, and to make my snout, I rolled the clay into a ball and then I squished it. That made a nice flat circle for me to use as my snout. Use any kind of method you need to. You can cut, you can roll, you can carve, you can make whatever kind of shape you want or need for your creature or animal. I like to lay the pieces on before I attach them, just in case I don't like where I put them. So I put my snout on top of the pig, and now I'm going to make his ears to get the placement right. Again, when you attach two pieces of wet clay, you have to scratch the two surfaces, you have to smear the two surfaces, and then smooth them out. See how I'm attaching the snout, making sure that you can't tell where the snout and the body begin. I'm also going to scratch, slip, smear, and smooth each of the ears. They're kind of tiny, so it's kind of hard to scratch, but do the best you can. Once you're finished adding details to your animal or creature, use a pencil or clay tool to carve and or draw into it to add even more detail. The last thing you'll need to do is find a small stick or needle and poke at least 3 holes into the bottom of your animal and add your initials. And you're done.